match here. And starting to the bottom right of the map for Team Axiom. WCS America player.
Axiom Alicia from America.
From America, but not really from America.
Yes, actually Korean.
Starting to the top left, we have his opponent in this second mirror match of the day.
Wongjin Stars SOS from Korea.
By the way, we have a sick crowd down here once again, Kaldor. I'm loving it. I'm loving casting these little intimate crowds that actually are so hardcore. They're like, well, you know, we're going to the GOM studio because GOM TV is the best TV. And tonight's going to be the best TVT for you and Wolf, huh?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be the best TVT. We have a lot of those.
Yeah.
2 in a row, so that's going to be good. I mean, we get every single mirror matchup in one day.
Yeah, they could be fast though. Hellbats. So, we'll see about that. Now, I'm pretty excited to see what happens here, but I'm a little bit nervous because we had SOS for Sulky in the round of 4 at GSL, and then we had Sulky Innovation in the finals. What if we just basically have that all happen again? What do we do?
Would you like that?
Well,
I personally would really enjoy
SOS Sulky match was one of the worst I've ever seen in my whole life, so not that one. I want Alicia to win this for sure.
I was more talking about the innovation match, like having
that
the final.
one. Yes,
I would love to have like the
I will take innovation versus Sulky all day.
I want to see Sulky going 3-0 against innovation, taking the 3-3, and then having the final map. That would be the most epic final of all time.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he came back, reverse all killed against Sulky in the finals? That would be madness.
That would be pretty cool.
But what would be even better is Sulky just winning and then watching either stream.
Yeah, I would love that too. I would actually love to see his reaction the moment it happens. He should have actually just extended the bet a little bit so that he has to record himself watching the games.
That's pretty funny. Okay, so let's take a look at what is going on here. A double gate opener for Alicia. Now, this can mean that Alicia's gonna go for a 3 or 5 stalker pressure. And as far as SOS goes, just a single gateway, and in fact, skipping the Zealot as well. So this is probably going to be a fast expansion, my guess, for SOS. It doesn't have to be, though.
Yeah, what do you think on a map like this? What would be your preferred opening going into a match of Belgium?
Well, I just use Parting's exact Blink build that he used a few times in Pro League because it's the most ridiculous build that I've ever seen in PvP. But I also do like a fast expansion with Mothership Core. It's pretty darn strong on this map. You can get right into your Robo and be safe against pretty much everything if you execute perfectly.
Well, the second gate is now done for Alicia, and we have the Mothership Core out for both players. As mentioned before, the one advantage that you really have on Belgium is that with the Mothership Core you can pretty much defend anything. You have a good grasp on your ramp once you have the photon overcharge at the natural. But we have now Blink going up against Stargate.
That's right. So SOS getting that Twilight Council. And in fact, he's scouting with his Mothership Core. So this is a little bit of Parting's move. He does this a lot with his Blink openers. And that's going to allow him to get in there. He might actually end up killing 1 to 3 probes before he has to warp out. Or he might just run away if he really wants the energy. So SOS in pretty good shape here. And in fact, throwing up a couple more gates.
Yeah, gateway is already on the way. Blink should be started in just a few seconds here. Very unlikely that we're going to see DGs now. Here comes the Blink upgrade.
And what are we going to see out of SOS? Okay, it's actually going to be an Oracle, which is a good choice, but Blink Stalkers are going to be completely fine against this. You have to give a small edge to SOS's build, especially because he's actually going to scout that it's a Stargate before there's an Oracle in his base.
Yeah, he should see that. And the problem with the Oracle really being it's very, very strong when he goes unscouted into your mineral line, but once you have a few units over there, it's also very fragile, so you can take you down right away, especially, of course, when in a PvP you have Blink ready and then can just take it down with a forward blink.
Yeah.
And one of the problems here really being that so far SOS also doesn't know what's going on. Alicia wants to be really aggressive here. Now he sees it.
Yeah, and he's going to kill quite a few pros because Alicia is, as you said, being aggressive, doing this 5-stalker push with the Oracle, and he has gone up to 3 gates. Yeah. So this is a very aggressive Stargate build. And in fact, that Mothership Core doing a great job forcing a warp in at home.
And now we have, of course, the high ground vision. He needs to blink back, but Blink is not ready just yet. Losing one of the Stalkers and taking hits on the Mothership Core. So by now, SOS knows exactly what he's up against.
Ooh. And how many kills has he actually gotten with that?
2.
Not that many, yeah. So The Oracle, not the most effective yet, but he still has it, so that's really important. Having an Oracle out, you'll basically have to leave either your Mothership Core or a couple Stalkers home. If you don't, you can lose a ton of probes.
Yeah, and SOS now, after going into the Blink, he has also the DT, the Dark Shrine, on the way.
Oh, that's an interesting choice. You know, maybe thinking that we aren't going to see a really quick Robo, and if we do, it's going to be making Immortals anyway. So, kind of a interesting decision here from SOS.
The Oracle's still sticking around here and trying to take a few additional kills, but the DTs alone, they could do a lot here. Of course, with the Oracle, you always can go for the Envision and have detection. And one of the moves that Blizzard actually made to make sure that Protoss is not forced to go into robotics every single time.
And a good choice it was, that emergency little Envision spell. Very useful in exactly this circumstance. But he scouts that the Dark Shrine is on the way, and now he has to decide, do I continue this and actually make DTs? I do think we'll see about at least one.
Here we have the attack immediately on the pylon, powering a lot of those gates. And the SOS now using Blink, trying to back off. If he gets the expansion up, whereas Alicia is not getting his Nexus, would give him a huge lead in the economy. But so far, the Axiom player is still trying to make this rest work, going into the main base with the Oracle again.
I love this move, but in fact, there is a Mothership Core there, so he easily deflects it. But that was a really smart move, hitting the Nexus with a couple of Zealots to draw the Stalkers out of the base, and then going in with the Oracle to try to get some kills. Really smart play by Alicia.
At the bottom right, we now have one Void Ray that's going to help Alicia a lot to break out, especially against those Blink Stalkers. And he needs to go down that ramp. He needs to make that work. Here comes the Gravity Beam immediately. The Void Ray moving into. And of course, SOS backing off here, whereas Alicia is now finally able to take his expansion.
Really strong play by Alicia. You know, the one problem is, though, that his Nexus is so much later that the fact that he has his 2 tech roots up, that's nice. But I actually like the tech more of SOS anyways. He already has Blink, which is going to be useful basically for most of the game. And he has his Robo up as well as a quicker expand, whereas this Stargate, how much use is Alicia really going to get out of it now?
I love how he's using this Phoenix, but the problem for him really being that it's immediately being sniped. Here come those DTs though, and they're trying to get into main base, and there is nothing there right now.
Yeah, in fact, Alicia, despite scouting the Dark Shrine, has only the Oracle for detection right now.
Yeah, but he's now getting the Observer, and he actually could try to trap those 2 DTs. Oh, they get a Sentry at least, and the Stalker's moving in again, trying to do damage to the Nexus, maybe even forcing a cancel here with a double DT. Definitely a possibility, but the Observer is now coming into play.
And the DT's going to run away from now, but you know, that was pretty effective overall, right? They got a Sentry, they're kind of stalling him out a little bit. He put some damage on the Nexus. I don't think he's going to get a Nexus kill, though.
No, not really. He was trying to do as much as he could, but now with the Observer in the game, Alicia can be safe here. As you already mentioned, his Nexus is so late that it's really going to be an issue. And Alicia didn't seem to realize that there's a pylon right behind his second base, so he could take that down.
Well, you know what? If Alicia just sits really tight and focuses on scouting and defense, I feel like he's going to be in a good place, because right now he's going up to Colossus Tech, and SOS, this isn't really the most standard thing to follow up Blink with. He's just going straight into 6 gates and charge. So he's going to have a very powerful army, but only if it's out in the open.
Oh yeah, definitely true. And he can of course also, with the Dark Shrine that he now has, go into a couple of Arcans if he decides to go into the charge or attack now. What we have for Alicia here was also the Oracle being taken out. SOS really identifying the flight pattern immediately and jumping forward with those Stalkers, taking it out. And this negates the threat to his mineral line. So at this point he can dedicate all his units to the attack, go to the bottom right. Doesn't have to be afraid that an Oracle is moving into his main base and taking down its economy.
Now this is a really smart move. SOS trying to get in there, and if you blink 4 Stalkers up, you can kill a ton of probes. This time not going to happen, but in the meantime, he is bringing out all his using. Uh-oh, Alicia going to be in a lot of trouble here. Getting force fielded. Oh god, but he does warp back. Good for him.
Yeah, that warp back with that recall was really important here, especially saving, of course, the Immortal, which is crucial to his defense right now, taking down those Stalkers of his opponent. And here come the charge lots.
Yeah, he has no SimCity against this is the big problem. SOS taking a bit of a risk, committing so heavily to this, but Alicia with no buildings in the front is not going to be able to hold it.
There's no targeting with those Immortals. He doesn't target those Stalkers at all. Could have done a lot more damage there, trying to take down Zealots first, but with targeting he could have done so much more.
Yeah, he definitely could have picked off a lot more there. I'm a little bit surprised with that exact execution, but Alicia doing a great job holding right now. Those Immortals being worth their weight in gold, but he needs to be targeting the Stalkers, not the Zealots.
Yeah, huge problem here. He still doesn't target. Now he has nothing else left than Stalkers in the main base and finally attacking them with the Immortals, but he already lost 2 of them, and now suddenly the supply for Alicia 30 behind his opponent.
Yeah, and in fact, he's lost 18 probes now. Really good. In fact, there's still a DT in his base that he hasn't killed. Another huge set of charge lots coming in, and he is going to be broken here. This is really bad. Alicia looks like he's going to be falling in just a moment.
The Nexus down already, going in, trying to snipe the Mothership Core here as well. The double base still going strong for SOS. A great economy, taking a magnificent supply lead, and of course also charge of the game. Those Zealots are moving in once more. He's already on top of the ramp, and this is going to be lights out for Alicia in game number 1.